is my travel makeup bag. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you what is in my travel makeup / sort of skincare bag for an upcoming trip that I'm doing. You're going to be seeing a lot of pre-filmed stuff, so you're not going to know exactly when I'm gone, but I am already filming this because I'm traveling to Scotland for the summer, which may not be like a summer destination for some people, but I don't really like heat. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go to a warm country again when it's cooler over there. So I decided to pick Scotland this year, and this was totally inspired by my recent Japan trip, where I went last year and I was doing some like walks while I was there. I was like, you know what? If there's a place that is as green as Japan is, it's probably going to be Scotland. So I was like, you know what? I just want to go there. So I'm actually visiting the west coast of Scotland. This is not going to be a I want to look nice kind of holiday. This is going to be a I want to sit and read and sometimes be active kind of holiday. So I'm going to sort of shift between those two things, where there's going to be days where I'm going on walks and sort of like explore, and then there's going to be days where I'm just going to sit around and read a lot or travel to different destinations. So I will take a little bit of makeup with me, but I learned last year when I was doing Japan, where I had a very similar sort of vacation where it was much more about exploring and getting around, that I really wasn't wearing a lot of makeup. So that's why I do want to share with you like my skincare / beauty routine for when I'm on the go, because I will be traveling for a little bit longer than I normally do. I will be away for like 2 weeks roughly is what I've planned. And that does mean you'd need to take a little bit more than, for instance, when I go to London when I'm only away for 5 days. But we're going to start with the makeup because I think that's the most interesting bit. And this is everything that I plan on taking. Not a whole lot. I always like to take a travel fragrance. This is a small, beautiful Magnolia. I think it's a Lancome one. This was gifted to me by Esther in like one of our makeup exchanges, and it's been my travel perfume ever since. So if I want to wear a fragrance, I can. I do bring a powder, so I just have this mini Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder in diffuse light as a mini to take with me. This also has a tiny mirror. I may have to take a different mirror with me still. And then I'm going to take this What's Up Beauty R201 brush from my travel makeup kit to use the powder with. But everything else that I have here, I could apply with fingers. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to like take another like bag just with brushes, and I was like, I'm just going to keep it very minimal. So I'm taking primer just to have something to prime my face. So this is a mini of the Milk Makeup Hydrogrip. I'm going to be taking the CC Red Correct from Erborian as like my base layer. This starts off looking green and then it sort of goes to a skin tone color. And this is one of those things that's really nice if you just apply it with fingers. And then I have a concealer for the days where I want a little bit or need a little bit more concealer. This is by the Saem. This is another K-beauty brand. This is the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer in shade 0.5. And I really like this, and it's actually something I need to use up at some point in time. But because it's such a small thing, I like having it for my travel makeup bag as well. I'm taking a lip balm. It's probably going to be this one plus another one. I always have to have one that I can sort of take with me on the go, and then I have one in my hotel room for the nighttime. So this is probably going to be the on-the-go one, and then I'll take the one from my nightstand that I use normally when I go to bed to take with me for the hotel room. So a lip balm is a must-have. I'm going to be taking my Glossier lipstick. That's also on my lips today. This is in Pony, and it's one of their Ultra lips because look at that little nub. And I'm trying to use it up, and I was like, you know what? If I'm taking it with me to Scotland, it's going to, again, get a lot more use. And this is very balmy, so I can also take this with me on the go and apply it even without a mirror to do a touch-up if I need to. And then I was like, I don't really want to bring too many color cosmetics. Like sometimes when I travel, I have my little Dior face palette that I bring, which has blush, bronzer, and highlighter in. I was like, I'm just going to go with my Vive blush. This is the Sunset Blush Balm in the shade Rosa. And this is sort of like a blush, highlighter, bronzer, like can do it all kind of thing. I only apply it to my cheek area though, but this was great when we were having a heat wave and I didn't want to wear too much makeup. I was just wearing this as my only cheek product for days on end last June, and I really liked the way it looked with just this on my cheeks. It's very glowy, so that's why you don't need a highlight with it, and because of the color, it's this really pretty sort of like warm brown mauve tone. It can really act like a blush bronzer hybrid almost, and just to add a little bit of warmth to the cheeks. So that's why I like that a lot for that sort of occasion, you could say. So I really like that Vive product, and I was like, you know what? I just might. And then I'm going to take Mystery, the Trini London Eye to Eye that has been my travel companion for some trips now. This has kind of replaced my ColourPop Ritz for me as a great one and done that I like to travel with. This can be used with fingers as well. Sometimes I'll use like a bit of a buffing brush to like buff it out a little bit more. May want to pack my buffing brush for that reason. Not entirely sure whether I want to do that, but this is just in case I want to wear some eyeshadow, and this sets itself, so I don't need to take a separate eye primer if I use that as well. And then because the eyes are going to be quite basic, I'm going to take my brown mascara combo, the Essence Lash Princess, and the Catrice Glam & Doll, also in the brown, to have... It's going to rain, so I'm going to need a waterproof mascara for sure. I mean, what's a summer in Scotland without a little bit of rain, right? You're not going to go there for the weather. You're going to go there to see nature and like walk around and have fun that way. So this is going to be a different type of vacation for me because I very often go to like cities and stuff. And it's not that I don't like being out in nature, but because of my hay fever, there were years where I couldn't really go out in nature. And I just wanted to have this vacation and just have it be a little bit different from what my normal vacation would be. And friends of mine have already been to the west of Scotland loads and have seen their pictures. So I just know that this is going to be a good time. So that's why I wanted to go. But that's the makeup. But then I also have some other toiletries. So I'm going to take some skincare. And I bought this Mixsoon set earlier in the year from YESSTYLE because I wanted to try this brand. And I was like, what better way to try loads of like new skincare by having this little set. Now I have enough cleansers to take with me. So I'm only going to be taking the toner, the essence, and the moisturizer. And I actually think I'm going to run out of this moisturizer really quickly on the trip because when I do trips like this, I only want to bring one moisturizer that can do both daytime and nighttime. I was going to take something else that's going to help with that. But I'm going to leave the cleansers at home because I already have these open and ready to go. So I bought these for my London trip. So I like using a micellar water in the morning just to take off any gunk from the nighttime, and then to cleanse my face at night, I'd like to go in with a face wash of some type. And I really like this one from Simple. So I got this from Superdrug when I was in the UK, and I was like, this is a really good combo to then take with me to Scotland. So I still had those minis, might as well take them with me now. And then from Mixsoon, I'm gonna be using the, this is the Centella Toner. This is their bean cream. This is the moisturizer, and this is only, how much is this? It's 15 milliliters, so I think I can actually use that up within the trip, especially if I use it every single day, twice a day. But this is actually a pretty good size. This is 30 mils, and the essence is as well, because this is 20 mils, and this is such a sturdy glass bottle as well. This is their bean essence. And I actually have, I think, a full size of this and of the bean cream, so if I like these, I know I'm going to like those moisturizers as well. So already stocked up on some other things at the same order. So this is the little kit that I got where those minis came from. But the other moisturizer that I want to bring is my La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Bone B5. This is a moisturizer that sees me through everything. When in doubt, I use this and it works every single time. So that's why I want to take this with me. And this is the 100 mils, so it's underneath the amount of like maximum like liquid you can take with you. But here in Amsterdam, I'm flying from Amsterdam to Glasgow, and in Amsterdam you no longer have like a liquids restriction for any sort of carry-on luggage. I'm going carry-on luggage only, by the way, as well, because I don't want to drag around too much stuff, and I'm gonna move like every other day or so. I'm moving to a different location, so I'm on the go. Like every 2 to 3 days, I'm in a different location. So I don't want to bring too many heavy bottles and things as well. I also want to bring a sunscreen because there's a boat ride and some hikes and stuff in the trip. And so I'm going to take this because it's small enough. This is the Sun Ozone. I think I got this from the German drugstore. This is an SPF 50. This is meant to be just for the face, but I'm actually going to cover up quite a bit. It's not going to be super nice weather, so I'm actually going to layer up in terms of like what I'm packing clothing-wise. So it's going to be a t-shirt with a long sleeve layer, with a fleece jacket, with a raincoat on top. Not because I'm afraid to get cold, but I actually think that, especially with the midges and with the kind of weather that is being predicted now for the next 2 weeks that I'm gone, it's going to not be super sunny, but I still like to wear sunscreen. But probably the only thing you're going to see are my hands and my face, and the rest of my body will probably just be covered because else I'm just going to be too cold or too miserable. So we'll see. Then for body care and hair care, really quickly, I just have this mini Dove shower gel that I got during my London trip. I very often, when I travel to London, there's a lot of minis I don't take because they have them there as well. So I might as well just pop into Boots on the day that I arrive and then buy it, and then I don't have to drag it home. But there was still so much left in this because I got 2 last time. I was like, I might as well take it with me on that trip, and I got a new little deodorant. I also have a mini toothpaste and stuff. For hair, I actually like to take a dry shampoo with me for the non-hair washing days. And then I remembered that I still had empty bottles for decanting my hair care. So my shampoo and conditioner are actually from my hairdresser. So I have the Label M, which is the Toni & Guy brand. And here in the Netherlands, all Toni & Guy stores had to rebrand because Toni & Guy is no longer around, so all the franchises had to like change. So this I will no longer, like once my bottles are gone that I have as backups, that's going to be gone, and I will have to find this either online if I really, really, truly want to commit. But this is my favorite shampoo. Ever since I've been washing my hair with this, it always looks great. This is the Honey and Oat Moisturizing Shampoo, and then I'm using the Cool Blonde Toning Conditioner to help with it like not being super brassy and all that. But these smell really lovely, and I was like, rather than buying mini hair care products, I'm just gonna decant these. This one is almost gone, so I think I actually, like when I wash my hair right before the trip, I'm gonna put whatever's left of this into the bottle, and then I'm going to already start using the new bottle to fill up the rest, and then I have my shampoo and my conditioner. So that's roughly what I'm taking. That's my travel makeup / toiletries bag of things that I will be using while I'm on the trip. I know I won't be in like very secluded areas all the time. Like when I go for walks, I am, but I'm staying in pretty sort of like well-traveled areas because I don't tend to drive. So I tend to take a bus or a train to different locations and then just stay like closer to like bigger towns on the west coast of Scotland. So that's going to be the plan. I'm going to be vlogging it. It's going to go up on the second channel in case you want to see that, but you won't see anything on either of all of my social media until I'm home. I just do that for safety reasons. So yeah, but yeah, I'm pre-filming everything, so you won't see any sort of break in when the content is going live. In fact, I think there are mainly breaks when I'm like ill in my content. So if you miss a video, it's very often because I was busy the night that I was editing, or I was like ill. So very often when I'm traveling, you don't really notice because I always plan my content out and then I just pre-film lots of things and I edit everything in like a day or two for like the entire trip. Did that for Japan last year as well, so just so you know. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to share with you in this video today. If you're still traveling this summer, I hope you enjoy, and if you want to join my travels, then I hope to see you in that video, and I have lots more content coming your way, so if you'd like to stay tuned for more, and then I hope to see you in my next one. Bye-bye!